Everyone at Maplewood High noticed her the moment she walked in, not because she was loud, but because she wasn't. Her name was Lena Carter, and she always wore the same faded blue hoodie and a pair of worn-out jeans. Every single day. At first, people thought it was just her style, a quiet, simple girl with no interest in trends. But teenagers have a way of turning curiosity into cruelty. And soon, whispers turned into laughter, laughter into mockery. Does she even own another outfit? Someone snickered in the hallway. Maybe she thinks she's a cartoon character, another chimed in. Lena kept her head down, clutching her old backpack tighter, pretending not to hear. But the truth was, every word hit her like a punch. Lena lived with her mother in a tiny apartment on the edge of town. Her father had left when she was 9, and her mother worked double shifts at a diner just to keep the lights on. Every dollar went toward rent, groceries, and her mother's medicine. Clothes, makeup, new shoes, those were luxuries Lena never had. Her mother often told her, "Honey, what you wear doesn't define who you are. How you walk through the world does." Lena tried to believe that. But it was hard when every hallway felt like a stage where people laughed at her costume. One morning, as Lena stepped off the bus, she overheard two girls giggling. "Same hoodie again," one said. "I swear it's turning gray." "Maybe she's trying to set a record," the other laughed. Lena's throat tightened. She hurried past them, but tears blurred her vision. That day in the cafeteria, a group of boys at the popular table took it further. One of them, Bryce, the basketball captain, called out loud enough for everyone to hear. "Hey, Lena. Ever heard of a washing machine?" The cafeteria erupted in laughter. Trays clattered. Eyes turned. Lena froze. Her face burned, her heart pounding in her ears. For a second, she wanted to scream, to throw her lunch at them, to disappear. But she did none of that. She quietly turned, dumped her tray, and walked out, holding her head as high as she could. That evening, when she got home, her mother noticed her red eyes. "Rough day?" Lena hesitated. Then everything came pouring out, the teasing, the jokes, the humiliation. Her mother listened, tears shining in her tired eyes. When Lena finished, her mother said softly, "Sweetheart, people bully what they don't understand. You're not less than them. You're stronger because you keep going." "But Mom, it hurts," Lena whispered. "They don't even know what I'm going through." Her mother smiled weakly. "Then show them. One day, you'll have your moment, and they'll see what real strength looks like." That moment came sooner than anyone expected. Maplewood High announced its annual senior gala, a formal event where students were recognized for achievements before graduation. It was the biggest night of the year, complete with speeches, awards, and one tradition everyone looked forward to, the Walk of Honor, where each senior would walk the stage while their accomplishments were announced. Most students planned months in advance, renting gowns, tuxedos, and rehearsing entrances. Lena didn't plan anything. She had no money for a new dress. The thought of standing in front of everyone who had mocked her made her stomach twist. She decided not to go. A week before the event, her homeroom teacher, Mrs. Reynolds, stopped her after class. "Lena, I noticed you haven't submitted your RSVP for the gala." Lena looked down. "I don't think I'll be attending, ma'am." Mrs. Reynolds tilted her head. "May I ask why?" Lena shrugged. "It's not really my kind of thing." But Mrs. Reynolds saw through her. She knew Lena was one of the brightest students in the class, top in English, a volunteer at the local library, and the quiet force behind several charity drives. The teacher smiled gently. "You know, Lena, this event isn't about dresses or appearances. It's about celebrating who you are. And you, my dear, have more to celebrate than most." That night, Mrs. Reynolds made a call, one that would change everything. 2 days before the gala, a package arrived at Lena's door. Inside was a long, elegant gown, deep sapphire blue, with delicate silver threads woven through it. There was a note attached. "Every queen deserves her crown moment. You've earned yours. Mrs. Reynolds." Lena burst into tears. Her mother stood behind her, hands covering her mouth. "Oh, sweetheart, look at that. You're going to shine." The night of the senior gala, the auditorium glittered with lights and laughter. Students strutted in with sparkling dresses and sharp suits, taking selfies and showing off designer labels. Then, when Lena entered, the room fell silent. The girl they mocked for wearing the same hoodie every day walked in with quiet grace, her hair softly curled, her blue gown flowing like starlight. Every head turned. Every whisper stopped. Bryce, the same boy who once taunted her, blinked in disbelief. "That's Lena," he muttered. When her name was called for the Walk of Honor, Lena stepped onto the stage. Her heels clicked against the polished floor as she walked tall, shoulders back, eyes steady. Her classmates stared, not out of pity, but awe. The spotlight hit her face, and in that moment, she looked every bit the queen she was meant to be. The same girl who once hid in bathroom stalls after lunch now stood before them, shining. As applause filled the hall, Mrs. Reynolds and Lena's mother clapped the loudest, tears streaming down their faces. When the ceremony ended, a few of the same students who had bullied her came up hesitantly. "Hey, Lena, you look amazing," one said softly. "Yeah," Bryce added awkwardly, "I guess we were kind of jerks back then." Lena smiled politely. "We all grow up sometime. I just started a little earlier." She didn't say it with bitterness, just quiet confidence. Because she no longer needed their approval. A week later, photos from the event were posted on the school website. Under one image, Lena, walking the stage like royalty, someone commented, "The girl who never stopped believing in herself." It went viral among the students. Slowly, the same people who laughed at her began to admire her. And for the first time, Lena felt free. Months later, as Lena packed for college, a scholarship she earned through sheer hard work, her mother hugged her tightly. "I'm so proud of you, honey," she whispered. Lena smiled. "You always told me to walk through the world with strength, Mom. I just didn't know it would feel this good." She glanced at her old blue hoodie folded neatly on her bed. She didn't throw it away. Instead, she packed it in her suitcase, a reminder of where she started, and how far she'd come. Moral of the story. Never judge someone for what they wear or what they have. You don't know their story, their struggle, or their strength. Sometimes, the quietest souls carry the loudest courage. And sometimes, the girl you laughed at becomes the one you look up to. What did you think of Lena's journey? Tell us in the comments below. Have you ever faced judgment for something you couldn't control? We'd love to hear your thoughts. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and comment to spread kindness and awareness. And make sure to subscribe to Heartfelt Tales, where we bring you inspiring, emotional, and life-changing stories every day. Because sometimes, one story can change a heart.